Wagwan Madrilles is the man himself, Sack Man. So first of all, I want to express my gratitude to all of you. First vid took like 5 months to get 50 views, and the last one did the same thing in 2 weeks. Absolute mad thing, yeah. And 16 new subscribers from that last vid. Wagwan, welcome to the gang. Appreciate you all for joining me on this journey. Um, okay, let's get into this. Radio. Um, Before that though, someone pointed out in my last video that I titled it Kazutora Hanamiya, which was wrong because it's supposed to be last name first and then first name. So I should have titled it Hanamiya Kazutora. So my apologies for anyone that I triggered. These things happen. We live and we learn. Okay, right we go. I wanted to change the format of my videos, make them more credible, I guess. I'm going to divide the video up into portions. I'll be using this approach for future characters and might even revisit Kazutora, I don't know if I'm feeling it. So I'm going to touch on certain parts of a character one by one and then give my thoughts at the end. Over time, I will evolve this approach, but for now, I might keep it simple, don't confuse yourself. So for the time being, I'll cover three parts: origins, presence, and future. And then I'll give my final thoughts at the end of the whole character, basically. Oh boy, I can already tell this is going to be mad confusing because of all the time traveling shenanigans in this show. But that sounds like a problem for future Taco Man. We move. I'll explain more in depth as we go along. As you may have already guessed from the title and thumbnail, we'll be talking about Shuji Hanma. Now, don't even lie to yourself. We all thought this dude was going to beat Mikey when he blocked that kick. We all thought it was OPGG hacks at first. Quick disclaimer though, before I advance any further and get myself into hot water. I'm not insisting anything that I say is factual. It's just my opinion. I just watched the show. I like the show, and I wanted to talk about it, but I don't have any friends, so I'm using this as a platform to talk. Cool, cool. Now let's go. So first I want to cover the origins. Now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I do not know where this man came from. There was so much going on when he was introduced. Mobius was out for blood. Drakan was supposed to be dying, and we had mans like Kiyomasa lurking in the shadows. In the midst of all that, they were like, Wagwan, this dude is leading Mobius right now. I'm like, okay, whose dick did this lanky pasty ass looking kid suck to be in this position? And then Mikey pulls up, and I thought, it's done. Cheeks are getting clapped tonight. Mikey's kick is inbound, and I've already moved on. I'm like, nah, this man's done. Can we move on to like the Drakan dying plots? And this man blocked the kick. Let me repeat. He blocked Mikey's kick. This was a mad thing because no one's ever blocked it, and he barely flinched. He just like shook his hand. He's like, oh, that kind of hurts. I was like, okay, nah, this man's the real deal. He's the real deal. He's gonna beat Mikey. He's gonna take over Toman. And then it's just like, but we've never heard of him from the future. But I don't want to talk about the future. I'll explain that later. But anyway, we moved from that. It was mental. So I kind of forgot that Draken was gonna die. I was just like so focused on this man. Like, who is he? How has he done this? It was a mad thing. Um, but no, that's all I know about his origins. I don't know if I was not paying attention or if the show's gonna cover him later, like in the next season. But that's all I know about his origin. But if you look at him like presently right now, this man he just does whatever he wants. I won't lie to you, because Mobius, like, they took down Osanai, and it's like, yeah, nah, Mobius, they're done. And then all of a sudden, this man is like, yo, Wagwan, I'm leading Mobius. It's like, oh, okay. And then Mobius gets disbanded, and this dude just pulls a quick 180 and is like, yo, fam, what's up? I'm second in command at Valhalla. I'm like, fam, how do you keep getting into these positions? But no, let's not ask questions. We move. But side notes on the Valhalla thing. The show did entertain the idea that Kisaki was the secret face behind Valhalla, so it would be safe to assume that Kisaki and Hanma are in cahoots, especially after they communicated at the junkyard fights. So yeah, that's something. Speaking of which, the junkyard fights. Even though he was exhausted, I'll give him that. This man still went toe to toe with Drakan going all out. I was like, this is a mad thing. We've never seen this before. Like, last time when Drakan was almost dead, I mean, they were cheating. There was like 100 guys. He was alone. They had knives. He just had his fists. But he was going hand-to-hand combats. Like, it was a mad thing, yeah? But no matter how many times Drakan hit this fool, he just wouldn't quit. And Drakan used all of his mental brain power and is like, yeah, nah, this man's a zombie. I was in tears, man. Stomach was in tatters. But no, we moved from that. Now, I know he did get GG1 claps by Mikey at the end, but like, come on. Mikey Kun is a walking cheat code. That's not even fair. I'm just gonna chalk that down as the writers needing to advance the plots, but didn't know how to take care of Hanma. So they're just like, screw it, I'm gonna use my hacks. But no, Hanma is not weak. I refuse to believe that Hanma is weak. He went toe to toe with Mikey at the start, and then he went toe to toe with Drakan again. This man is mental. But then after that little kerfuffle, this man pulls up to Toman and he's like, "Yo, fam, remember that fight? Yeah, it's just water on the bridge. Let's amalgamate." And Mikey was just like, I'm with that. Like I said, fam, Hanma does as he pleases. There is no limits to what this man can do. But anyway, looking forward into the future, right? Now, okay. So as it stands, Hanma infiltrated Toman, and we are certain he's in cahoots with Kisaki. Now, Kisaki may have his whole evil agenda thing going on, villainous things, but I won't lie to you. I feel like Hanma is just there for the vibes, the thrill of the fights. He's like my kindred spirits, he's all about the vibe, he just wants a good fight. You feel me? So I'm suspecting, it's just a theory of course, that he's gonna try and fight Mikey again. But I could be wrong though. I could be wrong because of stuff that happened in the future timeline. But I'm not gonna cover that and I'll explain just now. But like there's still one thing that bothers me about all this going into the future. Hanma's connection to Kisaki. Like what is it? How did this happen? When did this happen? Why is this happening? Why is he still on board? There's so many questions and I don't have these answers, but guess we'll find out later. Yeah. But that's basically the future, I feel. So, okay, final thoughts on this man. I cannot lie. I love this character. Hands down, probably my second favorite character in the show. Like I said before, this man's just here for the vibes, thrill of the fights. I can relate to that. Not the fighting part, the vibes part. I've never fought anyone ever. But no, we move. Now I know that Hanma is involved in the politics of the show and whatnot, but I don't think he cares as long as he has someone to fight. You know, like I'm pretty sure he'll go through with any scheme, and then it's like, yeah, but you get to fight Mikey at the end, and he's just like, yeah, nah, I'm with that. I can do that. So yeah, he's just there for the fights. Like the Goku vibes in this one are strong. You feel me? Oh, and yeah, back to the thing I was trying to explain about why I'm not talking about the future timelines. I mean, not like the future of the characters, like how everything's happening back in the past, and then there's the present timeline, which is the future. Like you can already see that this thing is convoluted AF. That's why I don't want to talk about it. Like, look at it. I'd basically be releasing 30-minute videos for every character just to try and get everything into order, and it still probably wouldn't make sense. So for now, I'm gonna steer clear of that because I like the budgets. um, but yeah, maybe in the future, if you guys continue supporting me and I can get those views and maybe just a few more equipment things, I can move on and talk about the show more in depth. But that's not like me trying to. Okay, I'm digging myself a hole. Let's just end it here. Okay, straight to the outro. Okay. Um, all right, my drillers. Once again, I am grateful for your continued supports, and I'll continue to provide this quality content. For fuck's sakes, man, they even told me to stop doing that. Okay, but no, for real, I'm gonna attempt to upload more frequently. That's not a promise. It's not a promise. I said I'm gonna attempt. Now, like one thing I can guarantee is that at the end of every month, there is definitely gonna be a video. Like definitely, there's no way there's not gonna be a video. But I'm gonna try and upload more frequently. I'm aiming for like maybe once a week because that feels right, once a week. Might even dabble a bit in the music industry, I even got a guy, he goes by the name IQ, he knows a thing or two about rapping. Uh, but if you don't want to miss any uploads, then consider subscribing so you can stay informed for anything that I do. And leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video. And I'll catch you next time. Later, my drillers.